What is going on, ladies and gents? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming. We are playing The Lord of the Rings Rise to War, and I have stolen my wife's bathrobe yet again because I have problems. In today's video, we are talking about the Undying PvP build. I have tested many builds on the Undying in my last video. I've tested many more builds since then, and this has been my favorite build for PvP. We're going to look at a fight where I defeated a very strong Witch King, and we'll take a look at another fight very briefly, okay? So, let's get right into it, right? I'll be the first one to admit that at the end of Season 1, I was not impressed with the Undying. I thought he did, lower elemental damage than Camul or Witch King, right? He did lower commander damage than the Shadow. So really, the trick is finding a good army composition for the Undying where you can make good use of his stacking, damage, debuffs, and army avoidance, okay? So, let's get right into it. As you can see here, this is a level 44 Undying. I do have fantastic gear on him. I am fighting against a level 50 Witch King, who also has fantastic gear. The Witch King is running a burn damage build, and I am running an anti-ranged damage build with cleanse, okay? So I'm not really actually set up to counter Witch King, but I'll show you how and why I was able to kind of pull this off, all right? So, first, we'll take a quick look at the Witch King's build. As you can see here, he has some decent gear, okay? He is going, obviously, for some significant plus damage to his Reapers, his Orc units here, with his Uruk-hai Broadsword, right? Okay? Then we have his chest piece here, which is going to reduce the focus damage he receives by his units there. We've got this helmet, which is madness immunity. And then we have the Orthancs Devilry, which will give his units pursuit, okay, for the first 3 rounds. So that means for the first 3 rounds, he will dodge my avoidance, okay? The build itself is a pretty standard build off the bat. He's got Ring Wraith R3 tree maxed out with Nazgul. He's got the 15 out of 15 Black Captain maxed out with Convener, as well as Morgul Commander, reducing the damage his units receive. Okay, and then he has kind of a spread of points over here into the other Respect 0 tree, Lord of the Nazgul, for some minus commander damage, a little bit of burn damage, trigger, and then of course break defense is gonna break my unit's defense. Okay. So, into the Undying's build, the reason why you're watching this video, here we go. The Undying is currently running slightly better gear, but very similar gear here, 5-star gear. I have a Cutlass here. Okay, I've got a burn damage chest here, which I was not planning to fight a Witch King. This is just, if I'm fighting with tanky, mid to late game heroes, commanders that specialize in mid to late fight damage, you want to have anti-burn damage to not explode. I've got some madness immunity here. Then I have some bonus damage to my units, okay? For the build itself, I am extremely selfishly putting almost all of my points into my army. I really have no damage coming from the Undying. So it's a little bit different from the hybrid build that you saw the other day in my other Undying testing PvE video. I have since fully withdrawn into the army spec, starting with the R5, the second wind tree. This is 29 out of 29, giving me a nice healing nuke in round 4 and anti-heal for the fight. After that, Fanaticism is great stacking damage for my units. Chilling Edge is great commander focused drain. This slowly decays over the course of the fight, so this can be very effective against certain commanders, which Witch Fish Wizard, try saying that fast, Witch Fish Wizard pointed out to me, and I've been using it ever since. I have 1 point in Ring Wraith to apply some additional debuffs in case we're fighting against a commander that has strong dispels. This Ring Wraith applies 3 debuffs, and it will help shield my other debuffs from being cleansed right away. Okay, I've got 15 out of 15 in the Undead Commander, which will give my allied units 60% chance to evade physical damage for the first 4 hits. As you saw, he is running the Pursuit accessory, which means he will bypass this for the first 3 rounds, okay? And then we have Nimbleness, okay? Nimbleness is going to reduce the damage that I receive from enemy range units, and then Dishearten is going to reduce the enemy damage by 21%. Very strong. Okay, and then I do have a few points in Undertaker just to get the Plague here, which will be an anti-heal in round 3. Since this anti-heal doesn't kick in until round 4, I find it nice to have this anti-heal starting in round 3. I could, of course, put a few more points into Ring Wraith or something else, but I like the idea of starting the cutting the enemy's heals off at the knees in round 3, because there are so many commanders that have a huge healing nuke in round 3, right? You have Kieran, you have all these Arwen, you have all these commanders that have big healing nukes coming in round 3. I like the idea of stopping those, okay? All right, into the report itself. As far as the damage output, you can see the majority of my damage output came from the Fallen, okay? I also had Bree Knights coming in hot and heavy and Dragoons here. Since the Bree Knights do not benefit from the 9% damage increase on my accessory, they, of course, don't have quite as many buffs to their damage as the Fallen or the Dragoons, but they do have Cleanse, so they will help mitigate the damage they receive, okay? Healing, this is that big heal in round 4. This is the almost a 43,000 heal nuke coming in round 4. So he really has a lot of healing capabilities. It's just in one nuke, okay? And then enemy-wise, we can see here that the majority of the damage was from the 5,500 Alchemists. The Reapers did 30k damage, but I imagine after the first 3 rounds, I was able to dodge some damage or kill them off. Okay, and the Corsairs didn't do a whole lot, all right? Into the report itself. Did I show you his gear? I did, okay. Into the report itself. Get excited. Here we go. All right. We've got some things going on. They're fantastic. Okay, all right, here we go. Here it is. Okay. Into round 1. The Undying's Chilling Edge drains 140 focus from the Witch King. Very, very nice. Okay. Okay. The Corsairs, of course, will attack in pursuit and bypass my avoidance. They're dealing burn damage anyways, so it doesn't get stopped. The Reapers will bypass my avoidance, which means their physical damage will get through. Here's a big chunk of damage from the Reapers in round 1. And then the Alchemists, of course, they have minus 21% damage dealt, right? All of their units have minus 21% damage dealt from Dishearten, and then I reduce the Alchemist burn damage by an additional 60% from my chest, so I'm really reducing the Alchemist damage by a total of about 81%. It's not additive like that, right? It scales, but you get the picture. It's 2 different debuffs, or 2 different reduced burn damage received, okay? So 11k damage from the 5,500 Alchemist there. You can see fanaticism stacking up. Okay, we have the Fallen are not stunned, but the Dragoons and the Bree Riders are stunned from the Witch King, so I actually reduce my damage dealt in round 1 because I do not have an anti-stun helmet on. With an anti-stun helmet on, maybe I would have done even better against the Witch King. Maybe I would have won. Okay. Here's the Chilling Edge slowly decaying. It does not drop off right away. It slowly decays over the course of the fight by 10% per round. Okay. The Reapers still attacking in pursuit. Another big damage nuke there. Alchemist still hitting in pursuit. Okay. There is the Witch King reducing my Fallen's defense by 8%. Excellent. All right, now going into round 4, we should start to see. Here in round 3, I'm dodging the Witch King's auto attacks with the avoidance ability. It's very nice. But his units are still penetrating as they are still affected by the pursuit buff. Okay, so they will still penetrate. They are still attacking in pursuit. Here in round 4, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see the healing nuke come into effect, and we're about to see the Undying's Undead Commander ability really help beat up the Reapers if there's any left alive. It looks like there are definitely 1391 Reapers left alive for me to dodge in round 4. Here comes the big healing nukes, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. 16,000, 16,000, 10,000. How beautiful is that? How beautiful. So 42,000 healing right there. I absolutely love it. And now I'm applying anti-heal to the rest of the units in the field. All the units on the field now have anti-heal after this, okay? So no more healing for you, in case you plan on healing. All right, so here, all right, the Undead Commander is finally affecting my units in full. The Witch King, of course, was being dodged before, but now hopefully they get dodged. They dodge the Reaper. There's the Bree Riders continuing to cleanse the different debuffs. There it is, the Reapers attacking in round 4. My Bree Riders dodge the Reapers due to the Undead Commander. Very nice. So against that Pursuit accessory, it really reduces the effectiveness of the Undying's Respect 0 tree, the Undead Commander. However, in the mid-fight, rounds 4, 5, and 6, you'll see a lot of avoidance happening, okay? All right, here comes the Reapers, plus 70% damage in round 5. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. There's not a whole lot left alive, only 881. Alchemists, only 4,000. We're coming in hot, guys. We're coming in hot and heavy. There's your Dragoons punching the Reapers again. The Bree Riders punching the Reapers. The Reapers attacking the Bree Riders. The Bree Riders dodge due to the Undying's Undead Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, the Reapers have not dealt damage since round 3. Very, very nice. Oh, yes. And here, check this out, guys. This is what it is about, okay? Here in round 6, look at this damage output now. The Fallen now have 54. Now they have 60. The Fallen have 60% spite stack, okay? Not only do they have a 60% spite stack, they also have a plus 30% fanaticism stack. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 90% bonus damage done by the Fallen here in round 6. That is just gorgeous. I love it. All right. The Reapers are now down. Here in round 6, the Reapers are down. We are now only on to the Alchemists, taking them out, ladies and gents. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. Guys, this is such an interesting build. I'm really enjoying this. I've done a couple fights. I'll show you one more. I'm going to do a real bird's eye view, okay? You get the picture. Level 44 Undying, max gear, purple, against a level 50 Witch King with very strong gear, purple, okay? Both high respect levels. Here is another report from earlier that I think you're going to really enjoy. Okay, check this out. This is against a very strong Eomer, and actually commander damage units like Eomer with this commander damage build are very strong counters to the Undying, because the Undying applies the reduced damage to the enemy units, not the enemy commander. I feel like this, I feel like this report is worth looking at because it shows even against a commander that put out 214,000 damage, a very strong, a very geared tier 2 damage dealing commander, I was able to perform decently with my units, put out some good damage for my halberdiers, and get some nice healing nukes from the Undying, okay? This other report is also interesting. Check this out. Well, this is the Denethor report from Crystal Fire. We will cover this in a different video. This is extremely interesting. That's definitely a different video for that. Here's a Kieran against a very, very strong, high respect level Kieran with some decent gear. Running the new build. Running the R3 tree. Running the R5 tree. I'm really trying. I apologize. It's late. It's like 11 p.m. and I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep. So I'm going to end this video in just a second. But these are some good PvP reports, guys, running this build against strong commanders in PvP. So you will see more information on the Dying coming up real soon. I will level him up further and put him into some real fights. I'll tweak the build. I'll tweak the unit comp. Get excited. Like and sub. Randy out.